Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel Athatic. I hope you all viewers will be fine and doing well. Dear friends, dear viewers, in the previous lecture video on my this YouTube channel Athatic, I had discussed the definition of genetics, gene, locus, allele and many more definitions. Here now in this lecture video I will discuss the classification of genetic disorders. So in the previous lecture I had also discussed the genetic disorders, the difference between the genetic and congenital disorder. So now in this video I will just only discuss the genetic disorders, which is my main topic. So before starting my lecture video here on this YouTube channel Athatic, here I kindly request you, if you are new on my YouTube channel, then please do subscribe my YouTube channel and press the bell icon to receive the notification of my upcoming videos. So here the basic classification of genetic disorders is, it is classified into 6 main types. The first type of genetic disorder is autosomal dominant. The second one is autosomal recessive. Third one is X-linked dominant. Fourth one is X-linked recessive. And the fifth number is Y-linked disorders. Here Y-linked disorders are here is no case of dominance and recessiveness, but mitochondrial disorder is the last in this list. So dominant disease, your dominant disorder are basically these genetic diseases only require a single copy of gene to be damaged. This error need only be inherited from one parent in order to get the disease. The bad gene from one parent dominates the other parent's good gene. There is no such thing as a carrier of a dominant disease, because everyone who has the genetic error gets the disease. Recessive disease is basically, these are diseases where both copies of a gene must be damaged or mutated. In other words, the genetic error usually needs to be inherited from both parents to get the disease. Inheriting this gene error from only one parent usually causes the person to be a carrier of the disease, still having the genetic error but without any disease or symptoms. Autosomal dominant. So basically dominant conditions are expressed in individuals who have just one copy of the mutant allele. The transmission of an autosomal dominant trait affected males and females have an equal probability of passing on the trait to offspring. Example of here this disease, autosomal dominant disease, its example is Huntington disease. Huntington disease or Huntington chorea or disorder is a progressive neurodegenerative genetic disorders which affects muscle coordination. Achondroplasia, short limb dwarfism, polycystic kidney disease characterized by enlarged kidneys containing many cysts, often leads to kidney failure. Autosomal recessive. To understand what autosomal recessive inheritance means, you first need to break down the words autosomal, recessive and inheritance. So then you will get the correct meaning of this word. So autosomal means, this means the disease affects both males and female equally because it occurs in autosomes. While recessive disorders, this means both parents must be a carrier for a child to be at risk, although the parents themselves, the carriers, are not affected by the disease. Inheritance, this means the process of genetic transmission of characteristics. Recessive conditions are clinically manifest only when an individual has two copies of the mutant allele when just one copy of the mutant allele is present. An individual is a carrier of mutation but does not develop the condition. Females and males are affected equally by traits transmitted by autosomal recessive inheritance. When two carriers mate, each child has a 25% chance of being homozygous wild type unaffected, a 25% chance of being homozygous mutant affected, or a 50% chance of being heterozygous unaffected carrier. Examples of autosomal recessive is cystic fibrosis, which is as cystic fibrosis is an inherited disease of the secretory glands. Basically, secretory glands include glands that make mucus and sweat. Hemochromatosis, hereditary hemochromatosis, is an inherited genetic disorder in which there is excessive accumulation, of iron in the body, iron overload. It is a common genetic disorder. Phenylketonuria, PKU, is caused by a mutation in a gene on chromosome number 12. The gene codes for a protein called phenylalanine hydroxylase, an enzyme in the liver. This enzyme breaks down the amino acid phenylalanine into other products the body cannot produce, the body needs. So the next type of disorders are X-linked disorders. In the X-linked disorders, one normal copy, here we will indicate it with a green copy of a gene on the X chromosome. One copy of the gene of the X chromosome is generally sufficient for normal function. Women who has a defective gene, a red X on one of their two X chromosomes, are protected by the normal copy of the same gene on the second chromosome. But men lack this protection. Since they have one X and one Y chromosome. Each male child of a mother who carries the defect has a 50% risk of inheriting the faulty gene and the disorder. Each female child has a 50% chance of being a carrier like her mother. So here basically Weiling disorder and mitochondrial disorder are remaining. So basically Weiling disorders are caused by mutations on the Y chromosome, because males inherit in Y chromosome from their fathers. Every son of an affected father will be affected, because females only inherit an X chromosome from their fathers and never a Y chromosome. Females offspring of affected fathers are never affected. Since the Y chromosome is relatively small and contains very few genes, relatively few Weiling disorders occur. Often the symptoms include infertility. Examples are male infertility. The last and final disorder, genetic disorder, is mitochondrial disorder. This type of inheritance is also known as maternal inheritance. It applies to genes and mitochondrial DNA, because only X cells contribute mitochondria to the developing embryo. Only mothers can pass on mitochondrial condition to the children. An example of this type of disorder is hereditary optic neuropathy, diabetes mellitus, and deafness. The primary function of mitochondria is conversion of molecule into usable energy. Thus, many diseases transmitted by mitochondrial inheritance affect organs with high energy use, such as the heart, skeletal muscle, liver, and kidneys. So that's all about the genetic disorders and their classification. So in the next video we will discuss the monosomy, trisomy, and polysomy. I hope you will like my video. I hope you will understand my video. If you are liking my video, if you are watching my YouTube channel authentic, then please do subscribe and like my video and share my video and press the bell icon to receive the notification of my upcoming videos on my this YouTube channel authentic. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Take care of yourself.